So we know that China lies, but now we know that WHO lies for China. So why would any self-respecting country stay in the WHO? I mean, let China and its colonies stay in whatever. What's the point of a World Health Organization that isn't for the world? It's just for China. It's not about health, it's about propaganda. And in terms of organization, well, I don't know about that. They seem pretty disorganized to me. Flip-flopping on the virus, flip-flopping on masks, denouncing anyone who is for closed borders. It sounds exactly like Canada's health bureaucrat, Theresa Tam, with her bizarre advice on those exact same subjects, and that is not a coincidence. Because not only does she support the WHO, she's on a supervisory committee of it. Do you see the problem? Canada is up to its eyeballs in this fraudulent organization. Remember that doctor who hung up on the Hong Kong reporter who simply asked him about Taiwan and how they fought the virus?
Will the WHO consider Taiwan's membership? Hello?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I couldn't hear your question.
Okay, yeah. Let me repeat the question.
No, that's okay. Let's move to another one then.
Right, because I'm actually curious on talking about Taiwan as well, on Taiwan's case.
We decided to give Dr. Alward another call to follow up.
And I just want to see if you can comment a bit on how Taiwan has done so far in terms of containing the virus.
Well, we've already talked about China, and when you look across all the different areas of China, they've actually all done quite a good job. So with that, I'd like to thank you very much for inviting us to participate, and good luck as you go forward with the battle in Hong Kong.
Yeah, this guy.
If I had COVID-19, I want to be treated in China.
I'm embarrassed to say he's a Canadian, and of course the Liberal government here just loves him. So we're in deep with the WHO, as we are with so many parts of the worst parts of the UN. And I have to tell you, whatever else Donald Trump will be judged on in the full course of history, I think his appointment of conservative judges will certainly be one legacy that will last. I think his boosting of NATO will be remembered. I think his ending the charade with Iran, pulling troops out of Afghanistan and Syria. I think his total support for oil and gas and coal, those will all be Trump legacies. But one of the most important surely will be his rebuke of the United Nations, not just the WHO, but remember this glorious, glorious moment.
I was elected to represent the citizens of Pittsburgh, not Paris.
I represent Pittsburgh, not Paris. Isn't that great? He's out of the global warming scheme. He's out, at least financially, from the health scheme. Maybe he'll leave other parts of the UN too. Let the Chinese have it. They already do, really, along with the Qataris. Let them have it. What's the point of the place if China has a veto over the Security Council, which it does? What's the point of the place if in the General Assembly, tiny little countries like Nauru and Tuvalu have one vote, just like mighty America has one vote? I mean, there's only so many times that the UN can vote to condemn Israel and condemn America and cheer on North Korea and Iran. We get it. We get it. You're corrupt and run by dictators, and it shows. So why not pull out altogether? I truly think it's possible now, probably not under Trudeau for Canada. He's too wedded to the UN. He loves it. You might recall that in February, when the virus was really on a tear in Canada, Trudeau just up and left Canada for 9 days to go on a UN vote hunting trip to Africa, visiting one dictator after another, dumping foreign aid money to bribe them for their votes at the UN. It was shameful. Why are we even doing that? Well, Trudeau will be Trudeau, but perhaps other countries will get out of the World Health Organization too. Other countries follow America's lead on things. For example, when Trump moved the U.S. Embassy in Israel to Jerusalem, a number of other countries followed, including big countries like Brazil and Hungary, places like that. And remember, Trump has always been friendly to Taiwan. He made waves back in 2016 when one of the first world leaders he talked to on the phone was President Tsai of Taiwan, even before he was inaugurated. Not only did China hate that, but of course, all the fancy people in foreign affairs did too. So maybe Trump will get a few other countries to leave the World Health Organization with him. Maybe he'll leave a few other agencies at the UN too. Pull out not just personnel, but money and just get out. And maybe set up something that works instead with allies, democracies. That's an excerpt from my daily show, The Ezra Levant Show. Every day I do a monologue on the news of the day, then I interview an interesting guest, and then I read my hate mail. You gotta subscribe. Go to rebelnews.com.